Each day, hundreds of cars queue up at the Kirkuk checkpoint as growing numbers of fleeing Iraqis try to reach the relative safety of the north. But not everyone is allowed through. Access is limited to those backed by a Kurdish resident. The Kurds say that the restrictions are aimed at keeping the security of their region intact. It's reported that about 60% of those who try to enter are turned back. The Ahmed family was able to settle in Dohuk after fleeing the violence in Mosul.
كان خطر بيتنا قريب على المطار واحد وكثرة
Our house in Mosul was close to the airport. The airport was a dangerous place in Mosul because it was a terrorist target and was bombed. When my family heard the bombs exploding, they were scared. My children cried, and this is the main reason that we came to Dohuk.
They now live in this empty store, but will soon have to move. Without the possibility to work, they don't know how they will make ends meet. Fearing reprisals, they told no one they were leaving and came north with virtually nothing. Living in the storefront is difficult. They use this water tank for all their washing, cooking, and bathing. Electricity is infrequent, and the family sleeps in this one room. Despite all the hardships here, they at least feel safe in Dohuk. Erbil has also become a city of refuge. The Abdulrahman family fled here from Baghdad. In the current sectarian atmosphere, life in Baghdad became untenable. Farah is a Sunni, and her husband is a Shia.
We were at a friend's house on the last Eid of Ramadan when we got a telephone call to say a threat letter had been thrown into the garden of our house. We were given only 72 hours to leave that area, which is mainly a Sunni area, and my husband is a Shia.
Through their contacts, they were able to rent a house in Erbil. Like the Ahmeds, they also left everything behind, and one of the militias has moved into their house in Baghdad.
It is very difficult for a human being to prepare a house, build a family, and then just leave it. I was hoping that we would not be displaced like we are now. I was hoping I would be able to convince them to let us live in peace.
The violence has forced almost 4.2 million Iraqis from their homes. Thousands more leave each day. But while the north is more peaceful, the displaced say it isn't like home. They can't work or go to school. They feel like outsiders in their own country.
It's true we're still in Iraq, but we consider ourselves like strangers, foreigners, because we left our house in Baghdad, the place we used to live with our friends and families.
Throughout the region, the burden imposed by the growing numbers of Iraqi displaced and refugees is straining relations. Families like the Abdulrahmans and the Ahmeds are tolerated in northern Iraq. But as the numbers of displaced increase, that tolerance could disappear, and without passports or money, they have few options.